Okay, this is part 2 of section 2.4. We're just going to keep solving. And the next one I've got to solve is 5 plus 2x equals 8. And I don't have any like terms. I'm going to start over here, and how do I get rid of that 5? If there's no operation in front of the 5, what is there but you don't see it? Well, it's really a positive 5, so it's a plus 5. So how do I get rid of that plus 5? I subtract from both sides. And the 5's drop out. And 2x, 8 minus 2x equals 3. And then as we're following our steps, I'm going to divide both sides by 2. And x equals 3 over 2. You can put that in with the keypad, or if you want to make that a decimal, 1.5. Hawks will take either the fraction or the decimal for an answer. Let's do a quick check. I'm going to check it with the 3/2. So 5 plus 2x equals 8. And let's see, is 3/2 correct? Let's plug that in, and I'm going to make this again a 2 over 1. And I'm just plugging in 3/2 for x and seeing if that comes out to be 8. Okay, so remember, we can multiply straight across, or we can cancel. I'm going to cancel the 2's since they match up. I'm going to get 3 over 1. Does that come out to be 8? Well, 3 over 1 is just 3. And that does equal 8. 5 plus 3 does equal 8. So it does check. Let's try a decimal, because I did see some decimal problems on Hawks. So I'm solving for x again. 3x plus 2.7 equals 2.7. No like terms. So I'm going to start over here, and how do I get rid of that positive 2.7? Well, I'm going to subtract 2.7 from both sides. And these are going to cancel. I'm going to bring the 3x down. And on this side, 2.7 minus 2.7, that's just 0. So I can have a 0. We're just going to keep going and keep going with our steps. And we're going to divide both sides by 3. and those cancel. 0 divided by 3, remember that's 0. I can have 0 on top, but not on the bottom. So x equals 0. And if you want to check that, take 3 times 0 and add 2.7 and see if you get back to 2.7. So 3 times 0, anything times 0 is just 0. So does 0 plus 2.7 equal 2.7? Well, it does. So it does check. Okay, let's try one where we have to combine some like terms. So 14 equals 9x plus 5 plus 8. Okay, well, I do have like terms on the right-hand side. I've got 5 plus 8. I can put those two constants or numbers together. So what is 5 plus 8? That gets me to 13. So next, I'm going to start on the side that has the x. I want to get x by itself. We're going to add or subtract. So I have a plus 13, so I'm going to subtract 13. And these are going to go, and 14 minus 13 is 1. And I'm going to bring down that 9x. And then the opposite of multiplying is divide, so I'm going to divide both sides by 9. These cancel out, so x equals 1/9. And you can put that in with the keypad, as we talked about before. Let's do a quick check. And again, I'm going to make this 9 a 9 over 1. And 5 plus 8 is 13. Let's see if both sides come out to 14. So these cancel, and I've got 14 equals 1 over 1 plus 13, and 1 over 1 is just 1. So these two sides are equal. Both sides give me 14, so it does check. Okay, let's try one more. Throw some negatives in there. So we want to solve negative 5n minus 3n plus 2 equals 34. So we do have like terms right here. have a negative 5n and a negative 3n. I can put those two together. Since they're both negative, we're going to add them. So I get negative 8n plus 2 equals 34. Then I want to add or subtract. So I've got a plus 2. So I want to subtract 2 from both sides. These drop out. Negative 8n equals 32 minus 2, which is 32. And then I want to divide both sides by negative 8. And these cancel out. 32 divided by negative 8 is, it's going to be a negative. It's a negative 4. So that is my solution, n equals negative 4. Try one more, just to make sure that you've got it. So negative 20 Negative 20 equals 5y plus y minus 16. Okay, we do have like terms. This is 5y and 1y. We don't see the 1, but it is 1y. So let's add those together. 5y plus 1y is 6y. Okay, and then second step, we're either going to add or subtract. Well, I'm subtracting a 16, so I want to add a 16. I want to do the opposite. I'm going to add a 16 to both sides. And these are going to drop out. And the 6y comes down. And remember, when I have a negative and a positive, I subtract. So 20 minus 16 is 4, but it's a negative 4 because I have more negatives with the 20. So this is a negative 4. And my last step, I want to divide. So these cancel. And I get negative 4 over 6. But if you remember from Math 085, we want to simplify that. We can reduce that. And I'm going to divide top and bottom by 2. And my final answer is negative 2/3. So y equals negative 2/3. And if you want to check it, like we did before, just plug this negative 2/3 in for y. You can plug it in here or here. And it should come out to be negative 20 on both sides. So that is the end of section 2.4. Next section is 2.5, and that'll be the next video.